system. This is a conspiracy against the Hindus, and this every Hindu must realize. System. For me, cooking is my art form. System. When England became America, that superpower I'm talking about. System. She lived most of her life in Corsica, in French Mediterranean border. System. Those system people, they start saying that Manusmriti is bad. System. Even BJP is constrained because we have been given another system, and that system is called democracy. System. See, this is the final look. System. That is why we could survive as Sanatan Dharma, as Hinduism. System. Everybody has just one enemy. That is Sanatan Dharma. That is Bharat. Because everybody wants a piece of this heaven, which they will never have. System. Who will bell the cat? System. 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 Something is really disturbing for me. Hey Baba, nothing is clean. Today I'm just fast making this. I've just cut some chili and some eggplant, aubergine, and some potatoes. And in this I have peanuts, parsley, some mustard, ginger. And I am also boiling the rice. Like, for me, cooking is my art form. And I cannot, because art is something which you cannot recreate. It is just once done. So this is like my art form. I don't know whether I could ever recreate the same taste and same thing. It is not a factory thing, because I know in the factory situation, all your things must be tasting the same, always like a factory product. Another thing I want to tell, that no cooking for Bhagwan within could be complete without putting some honey and some A2 milk cow ghee. My vegetables are little less in salt because too much salt intake is not good, even if it is rock salt. You want to see what I cooked in the morning? That poha thing. See, very simple recipe. Maybe one day when I am cooking for Chandu or someone, I will show you. And we just grinded some Himalayan rock salt, and we will be using that in our food. No seawater salt. Today also I'm quite upset about that situation which leads to Hindus, because today's Hindu youth, they are more about just having a relationship, maybe sex, but no marriage. And this situation is made by our law system, our courts. So there was this film called The Kashmir Files, where they say that maybe the government is theirs, but the system is ours. I do really think that it is high time that India or Bharat changes its law system. Whenever you will catch something which is really bad in our legal system, those system people, they start saying that Manusmriti is bad and this is bad. See, we are not people of book. We don't abide by a book. We abide by the situation we are in at the moment. That is why we could survive as Sanatan Dharma, as Hinduism. We could survive all these millenniums and all these thousands of years. I was talking to this brother of mine about the legal thing. I asked him whether his permission is granted that he could see his child. He said that we have just applied now. It will take 3-4 months to be heard. Then who knows how many years? Because I told you, this friend of mine who is an army officer, and he was going to meet his son after 12 years. I think this is a conspiracy against the Hindus. And this every Hindu must realize. Because it's called Hindu Marriage Act, not Muslim Marriage Act or Christian Marriage Act or anything. So they have devised this Hindu marriage. I don't know why people are not seeing or not doing anything. And there is no revolution also against this Hindu Marriage Act. Well, I can also guess that who will bell the cat. We have been converted into rats by these so-called superpowers. Like when England became America, that superpower I'm talking about. Because it is high time that we start a huge revolution against this system. This brother of mine, he told me, why don't you talk to some BJP MPs and MLAs and BJP seniority level? I said that even BJP is constrained because we have been given another system, and that system is called democracy. That system, democracy, police, law, legal thing, media, everything seems to be part of that system. BJP won't be also able to do anything unless all the Hindus unite, and that is quite impossible because since we are not people of the book, since we are not slaves, since our societies, our things, our structure is not like a slave, because so many of the Hindus are these seculars. What is secular? Secular is something which is only made for Hindus to enslave them and to take them away from their roots, from their ancestral roots, from their family value system, from everything that is good on earth. Just imagine, for so many hundred of years, the European system, the English, and presently America, and the Arabic system, the communist, everyone is trying to, everybody has just one enemy, that is Sanatan Dharma, that is Bharat, because everybody wants a piece of this heaven which they will never have. I'm not going to taste it because when you cook for Bhagwan, you do not taste it. See, this is the final look. Very healthy, all healthy stuff given, not much of spices, and it's ready. We are going to eat now. Let us see how Chandu likes or dislikes, because he won't tell if he dislikes the sabji which I have made. I'm not good anymore in cooking. When I'm by myself and I don't have to cook for anyone, I don't even cook. दही का क्या होगा? दही लस्सी बना देना. আসলে ভাত কম হয়ে গেছে. এটা একটু ম্যাডামের জন্য নিয়ে যাস, নিতেই হবে না তো, বহুত है. You know, my cooking is very strange. It is not so much like the Indian cooking. I use Indian stuff, Indian spices, but my cooking, I learned cooking not from my parents, because my mother and my father, they were great cooks, but they wouldn't allow me, or I was also not interested in cooking. They would teach my sister how to cook, from whom I learned cooking. I used to call her my daughter long time back. Her name is Sylvie Solane. She's part of the so-called French aristocrat. She lived most of her life in Corsica, in French Mediterranean border, and she used to cook in her own Corsican. She never used to cook like the stale French food. She used to cook very vibrant, like the Mediterranean things in Corsica and all. So I used to learn from her. I mean, she used to cook and I used to watch. But my cooking is very healthy kind of cooking. See, I'm praising myself. Many times I don't like to eat what I cook. My cooking is Mediterranean kind of thing, but my taste buds, my DNA is very Bengali. Not even Bengalis, we have these two kinds of Bengalis. One is Ghoti and one is Bengal. Ghoti are the people from West Bengal. The whose ancestors are from West Bengal, and also, and Bengal are those whose ancestors are from Bangladesh. But my DNA also goes back to UP. It's not yet time for me to tell that. So you have seen we have given 3 parts, and Chandu says it is good. Then he said "theek hi ache," which means it's okay. But okay or not, we have to eat that. So while eating, no talking. I think every Hindu must look beyond that facade. This thing called the system is, we are talking about deep state and some other people, and how Indian politicians like Raul Winky or whatever his name is, and so many others who are sold, who have sold their souls, if they had, to the system. It is high time each and every Hindu must look at the system and renounce that system, renounce it from their own lives. This system is very good in trying to make us bow, because this brother of mine, so he was telling me that he was scared that his wife could bring a arrest warrant in his name. I said, couldn't you just say no to giving this money for your son? Why do you have to think that every time it is like women's right and equal rights and everything? Why she has to be given alimony? Why she has to be given? Of course, I understand that she must not be even asked to give dowry. I understand that. But why she has to be given alimony when she is supposed to be equal? If she can keep this child with her, then it is her responsibility to take care of the child. She cannot be a sole guardian when the father is alive. The father has all the rights, equal rights. It is not, women cannot produce children by themselves. And the father, I know this father, he has worked all his life. After the son came, he worked and fended, not his wife. And if his wife can take the child, then the child could be fended. Because I told him, you can stop giving the money, or you can say, put a clause that if I give the money, I will give the money, because for my son I will give the money, but that has to be given a expenditure thing, where how much money has been spent. Because most of the time these girls, most of the time, not always, these girls, they just use it in their own luxury, and after that they can go and have a relationship, they can get married, and they can do everything. And the poor Hindu man is forced to just cry. He told me just this January 1st, 2025, one man who was not allowed to meet his son or his daughter, his child, he committed suicide. Oh, is the system waiting for all Hindu men to die? Is it their plan? Because anyway, the growth rate of Hindus have declined so much. It has gone much below that level. If population goes below that level, then that population of that race finishes. Can't you see the ulterior motive of the system? I think it's high time that system must be renounced. You can't end the system individually unless the governments and the people and everyone unite for that. But at least you can do it for yourself. You see the difference between a Hindu girl or a Hindu man and men and girls from all other religions. They want to get married as soon as possible. and they want to even produce as many children as possible. And most of the Hindu boys, they would say that no, we don't want to get married. Have you ever taken note of this thing, that except the Hindu men and women, everyone is just going and getting married as much time as they want and producing children as much, because they know the government is there, the system is there, who will give them all the ration, all the free medicine, free houses, free everything. So the children are not raised, and they don't mind their children being raised as cattle, as long as the quantity is there, as long as the number is there. But then why Hindu young people, they are not getting married? And even if they are not getting married, they don't want to produce children, maybe one maximum, and not anymore. And all these hi-fi people, they can have 20 children, but they are not. I think that culture who doesn't care of their ancestors, that culture who doesn't care of their future generation, I think the system is doing something good then. What do you think? I want you to comment below. Is the system doing something good? Because for 1200 years, the Arabic world, the European world, the communist world, the capitalist world, the socialist world, and so many nonsense world, they have been doing everything so that this heaven of earth, Bharat, is devoid of Hindus. That's why they have this Gazba Hind and all these things. And Hindus, surprisingly, they are just enjoying being a victim. Other people, they shout victim. You see what happened in America just now, where somebody who was raised by America, he took a truck, and I don't know, maybe because in America it's a very strange country, everybody knows what is happening. Just a few days back, it happened during Christmas, it happened in Germany, then before it happened in Spain and in France and in England, and everywhere it is happening, and India it's happening for so many centuries. But still, everybody wants to be secular. Like in one of my films, maybe I will give the link in the description. You see that film? Everybody wants to be secular, and the secular is the greatest nonsense which is forced upon Hindus. Can you tell me why people just do not give a damn about their ancestors, their legacy, their Atman which they have inside? Because once you leave your Sanatan Dharma, Hinduism and yoga and all these things of Hinduism, nobody will care about Atman. And I know this thing. The way I knew what I want to do and everything, all those things, and I was doing this for past more than 250,000 hours. I know this thing, that very soon the way of the world, because only positive people will survive. The negatives and the hypocrites will all dilute away, fade away. I don't want to know how, but they will fade away. So only positive people who live a positive lifestyle will survive, and all over the world. And Sanatan Dharma or Hinduism will be the way of life for all people of the world, because that is the way of life of positive human beings. That is not the way of life for negative human beings and hypocrites. I want to say also this thing, that of course there are many Hindus and many people in the Sanatan Dharma who are also negative, who are also hypocrites, who are slaves of money and greeds and desires of all these external negatives and hypocrites. But it is high time that we as human beings take a pledge to be positive in our thoughts, in our actions, in our daily life, so that we could live a life that is 100% as a human being and not like a devil. And that is the reason why every day I'm coming today in English and then tomorrow in Hindi, and coming and doing all the hard work, editing and putting there, and nobody is watching the videos, but still I am doing this thing because I know I've been told this thing from the most positive spirits and positive powers and Bhagwan, that this positivity lifestyle, this excellence lifestyle is the future of humanity. So my job is to make humanity future proof. Are you with me? If you are with me, just come along. You can find out by going to my website, or you can even take part in our work, or even little, you can just share this video to all people you could reach to. Put a like, comment your feelings regarding this topic in the comment section below, and let us meet again tomorrow in the Hindi channel and day after tomorrow in the English channel. Until then, have a very beautiful day. Pranam.
Human, alive, human, dead, finish. Have you been a human being yet?
শুধু আমি ছাড়ো বন্ধু,